Hello, Assalamualaikum and good morning to ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Al-Farhan bin Muhammad Jamil and you guys can call me Paan. So I am from Faculty of Information Management, IM244, Campus Puncak Perdana Selangor. Today I would like to present a public speaking about cloud computing. So guys, do you know what is the cloud? The cloud is an all-encompassing term for a virtualized information technology known as IT. Cloud computing environment in which individuals and businesses work with application and data stored and maintained on a shared machine in a web-based setting rather than physically housed in a user location. Google's Gmail is an example of the cloud, but this is just one model. There are three cloud service models, which is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, deployed in four types of setting, which is private, community, public, and hybrid clouds. So for the service models, the first one is infrastructure as a service, which is IaaS, provide access to a server hardware, storage, network, capacity, and other fundamental computing resource. The second one is platform as a service, which is PaaS, provide access to a basic operating software and service to develop and use customer-created software application. And the last one is software as a service, known as SaaS, provides integrated access to a provider software application. Next is deployment models, which is private cloud, accessible from an internet, internally hosted and used by a single organization. The second one is community cloud, infrastructure accessible to a specific community. And the third one is public cloud, which is accessible from the internet, externally hosted and used by the general public. And the last one is hybrid cloud, which is a combination of two or more clouds. So guys, do you know what is cloud computing benefits? Alright, cloud computing provides a scalable online environment that makes it possible to handle increased volume of work without impacting system performance. Cloud computing also offers significant computing capability and economy of scale that might not otherwise be affordable, particularly for a small and medium-sized organization without the IT infrastructure investment. So, cloud computing advantages include lower capital costs, which is organization can provide unique service using large-scale computing resource from cloud service provider, and then nimbly add or remove its capacity to meet peak and fluctuating service demand while only paying for actual capacity use. So the second one is lower IT operating costs, which is organization can rent added server space for a few hours at a time, and rather than maintaining proprietary server without worrying about upgrading their resource whenever a new application version is available. They also have the flexibility to host the virtual IT infrastructure in a location offering the lower cost. So the third one is easy for installation and maintenance. Cloud computing requires no hardware or software installation or maintenance. And the last one is optimized IT infrastructure. The infrastructure provides quick access to computing service. So guys, do you know what is cloud computing risk? The first cloud computing risk is environmental security. The concentration of computing resource and user in a cloud environment also represent a concentration of security threats. Because of their size and significance, cloud environments are often targeted by virtual machine and bot malware such as brute force attacks and other attacks. So ask your cloud provider about access control, vulnerability assessment practice, and patch your configuration management controls to check that they are adequately protecting your data. So the second one is data privacy and security. Hosting confidential data with cloud service provider involves the transfer of considerable amount of an organization controls over data security to the provider. So make sure your vendor understand your organization data privacy and security needs, and also make sure your cloud provider is aware of particularly data security and privacy rules and regulations that apply to your entity. The third cloud computing risk is data availability and business continuity. A major risk to business continuity in the cloud computing environment is loss of internet connectivity. Ask your cloud provider what controls are in place to ensure internet connectivity. If vulnerability is identified, you may have to terminate all access to the cloud provider until it is rectified. So finally, the seizure of a data hosting server by law enforcement agency may result in the interruption of unrelated service stored on the same machine. The fourth cloud computing risk is record retention requirements. If your business is subject to a record retention requirements, make sure your cloud provider understand and meet them. And the last one is disaster recovery. Hosting your computing resource and data with the cloud provider makes the cloud provider's disaster recovery capabilities vitally important to your company's disaster recovery plans. So you have to know your cloud provider's disaster recovery capabilities and ask your provider if they are being tested. In conclusion, cloud computing is recently new technology development that has the potential to have a great impact on the world. It has many benefits that provide to users and businesses, but at the same time, it also has the risk of using cloud computing system. So, you guys as the user need to do the right decision. Either you need this type of system or not. So I will end my speech today, and that's all from me. Bye.